Hey guys, I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to come on here and share another dream that I had actually on Mother's Day. I had this dream on May 10th, and of course, I didn't want to upload on that day because I did want to take time out to spend with my family. And I do hope that you all enjoyed your Mother's Day as well. I don't know 100% its full meaning, and I do believe as time goes, I believe the Lord will reveal it. But I just knew that I needed to share this because it was too detailed and it just had a lot of significance to the dream where I feel it is something that I need to share. I'm going to go ahead and share the dream. So again, I had this dream on May 10th, and that was on Mother's Day. I dreamt that I was at some sort of public gathering, which was held outside. And there were many people, there were crowds of people. Obama was giving a speech and he mentioned, if you want to vote for Trump, that's fine. There were people confused that, he said that. And there were people unsure if they wanted to publicly support Trump. It was a weird moment when this was said. Then I saw the younger generation begin to flood the crowd. And I noticed that their shirts had one sleeve that was red and the other sleeve that was blue. And they met down the middle of this aisle and they would join hands and raise them high where the red and blue was joined together. And then I heard the word governance. I could see Obama taken back by this, and there were people cheering this demonstration on. And I kept seeing more of the younger generation join hands. I heard one of the parents say they got it, like they finally made the connection. And then I woke up. So I want to kind of break this down so you guys can get a full visual of what I saw so that you can fully, understand where I'm coming from in the different perspectives, if I can talk, so you guys can see the different perspectives of how I feel the Lord was kind of leading me and how I was looking at this dream. So as I stated in the beginning of this dream, there were crowds of people. When I say crowds, like there was a massive amount of people just standing outside surrounding this podium. And Obama was the one who was standing at the podium, and he was in the middle of this huge crowd of people. And I don't remember exactly everything he said. The only thing it let me remember was he stated, if you want to vote for Trump, that's fine. So it was the vibe that I got when he said that. It was like he knew that everybody there wasn't there to support him. I felt like that was his way of not outright bashing Trump because he was trying to make himself look good. So he was trying to be strategic in how he, handled the situation by saying, hey, if you want to vote for Trump, that's fine. So that was kind of the vibe. Then I said that there were people confused when he said it, because I could see people kind of standing around looking at each other like, did he just say that? Like, that's not something that we expected to hear Obama say. And I also said that there were people who were unsure if they wanted to publicly support Trump. The reason why I knew that, because I also saw a set of people that it was like I knew, just because the Holy Spirit was, letting me know certain things in this dream, that I could kind of hear people's thoughts, like, they did support Trump, but it was kind of like they didn't feel comfortable showing that support openly around these groups of people. But I could also see, I think it was a woman I saw in the crowd, and she was kind of like, just kind of saying amongst herself, like, well, I support Trump. But, she wasn't like making it known to like people around her that she did support Trump. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's how I knew that there were some people who were confused by the statement that Obama made in regards to, if you want to vote for Trump, that's fine. And there were also people who were unsure if they wanted to publicly make it known that they had voted for Trump or they supported Trump. Okay, and then I said that I saw the younger generation begin to flood the crowd. Now, the reason why I said younger generation is because that's how it was made known to me in the dream, that it was the younger generation. I don't want to give like an age range of the people that I saw because I don't want to be incorrect. So the younger generation began to flood the crowd. Now, when I began to see the younger generation come through the crowd, it was like the amount of people that represented the younger generation, they were even more massive than the crowd that I saw standing outside. And when they would walk up through this aisle, they will come in twos. So if you was to look back, you will see a whole crowd of this young generation just flooding through, but they were in twos. And as they walked up to the middle of this aisle, there were some steps, and you would go down the steps. So they will all come to the step. So you'll have one person here, one person here. Now, I also said their shirts. I can't tell you what this part of the shirt looked like. I don't remember. It only made it known what the left sleeve looked like and the right sleeve looked like. I believe that the left sleeve was blue and the right sleeve was red. It could have been vice versa. I don't feel that makes a difference. But the one person will walk here, and then you will have another person. They would lock hands like this. And when they locked hands, this sleeve would be red. And this person who locked hands on this side, this sleeve would be blue. So when they locked hands, they then raised their hands up. And I'll insert a picture so you guys will know exactly what I'm saying. But when they raised their hands up, it was kind of like when you are when you have reached a goal and it took another person. Let's say, like, if you ran track, because I ran track in high school. Let's say you just won first place and your teammates shared that victory with you. So you would grab hold of your teammate's hand and you would raise it, because that was a victory. That was an accomplishment that all of you guys met together, and you were successful and you won, and you're sharing in that victory as a team. And so that was what I saw. So each time the younger generation would come in twos, they would lock hands, they were raising in victory. And there was a part in that when God allowed me to also participate in that. I don't know if it was because he wanted me personally to experience the victory, or if it was because of me being a believer in Christ, that my presence was also representing that this younger generation also believed in Christ. It could have been one or the other, or it could have been both reasonings as to why it allowed me to play a part. But I also saw myself, well, I didn't see myself. I could see like my hands locking arms with somebody else and raising it in the air in victory. And we was just like, yay, like it was literally a celebration. And after that, I said that I heard the word governance. Now, I find it interesting that I heard the word governance, because you guys, I literally had to research what governance meant. I know what government means, but I've never really heard the term governance. So I had to look that up. And what I found was governance means the action or manner of governing. It also refers to a process whereby elements in society wield power, authority, and influence, and enact policies and decisions concerning public life and social upliftment. Now, there is a difference between bad governance and good governance, and I found this to be very interesting. The elements of bad governance can be corruption, lack of transparency, deceit, and the passing of unfair policies. Whereas with good governance, it shows accountability, transparency, and it follows the rule of law. Now, there's a reason behind why I heard the word governance. And I believe that the reason why I heard the word governance after the joining of hands, it seems like this dream was representing some type of dismantling of the old, and that a new was being birthed. And what I do want to make clear is, to me, it was very obvious what the red and blue represented, because the red and blue was actually represented twice in this dream. It was represented by the red sleeve and the blue sleeve I told you guys about. And of course, that to me showed a symbolism of Republican and Democrat. Another way it was demonstrated is because this dream was regarding Obama and Trump. And Trump represents the Republican Party, Obama represents the Democratic Party. So in two different ways, this dream was showing a democracy and a Republican being outlined in this dream. But with the younger generation coming in, it was almost like something was being dismantled. Now, I also want to make it a point to say that I also told you guys that after I saw the younger generation joining hands and I heard the word governance, I said I could see Obama taken back by this. Now, as we were seeing this younger generation do this act, or to demonstrate this act of unity, the look on Obama's face was like he was just kind of like caught off guard. He didn't expect to see that happen, because the vibe that I got was his speech was according to plan. Everything that he was saying to the crowds of people was according to plan. When the younger generation interrupted his speech, it was like he didn't have no words. He didn't know what to do because it was out of his plan. It wasn't something that he thought would happen. And so it was like he was just kind of standing there, like he didn't even know what to say or what to do. And I also said that there were people cheering this demonstration on. So the crowds of people, they were cheering, they were clapping. The whole vibe of this dream, what I'm trying to tell you guys, it was a vibe of happiness, celebration, victory. And I said I kept seeing more of this younger generation joining hands in unity, and that's what I felt. The joining of hands, it was joining in unity. They were locking arms with each other as to say that we are in this together. Our beliefs, our reasonings for why we're doing what we're doing in this moment, it was understood, and they were coming together in unity to stand up for what they believed in. And when I said that I heard one of the parents say they got it, it was a mother, and she was standing in the crowd, and I saw her. It was like it zoomed in on her, and she had this smile on her face, and she just was like, they got it. And I could tell that she was so happy that it finally clicked. It's kind of like, as a parent, when you are talking to your children about certain things, and to them, it may come across like, yeah, whatever, but sometimes when your children are face to face with certain things and they experience things that goes accordingly to what their parent may have said to them, it's like it clicks, like, oh, that's what, my mom was telling me, or, oh, that's what my dad was saying to me. And it's like you finally get it. And that was the vibe that I got when I saw the look on her face. It was a look of being proud. It was a look of, she was so proud that her child was one of the children that was in this group that was demonstrating unity, that was demonstrating, an outward expression of wanting change, of wanting to stand up for what was right, of wanting to stand up for truth. And it was like, they got it. Like, she made that outward expression, and I know that was shown for a reason. So all of this was in this dream. Now, here's the thing, and I know this video is getting long. I'm gonna really have to do some editing here, but sometimes it can be hard to put yourself out there when it comes to sharing dreams, especially if it's not going accordingly to how everybody else is dreaming right now. You guys, I wasn't thinking about Obama. I mean, come on, I had this dream on Mother's Day. And I asked a really good friend of mine, why do you think I would have this dream on Mother's Day? And she was saying to me that because the dream centered around the younger generation, it had to do with the youth. And you are a mother, spiritually and literally. And I was like, okay, wow, I didn't even think about it from that perspective. But the fact that God even gave me this dream on Mother's Day really, lets me know that this was a very specific dream that he wanted to share with me. I say this with all humility. We don't know when the Lord is coming. I'm waiting for the rapture too, you guys. I am looking up and I'm paying attention to certain things as well. We all see in part, we all prophesy in part. Everybody is not always going to be shown the exact same things. And so I just want us to be mindful of that. So I don't know 100% what this dream is saying. But what I can say to you is this dream to me made me believe that God is doing something with this younger generation. The thing with the younger generation is they're not easily put into submission. They're not easily fooled. They're gonna rise up, and they're not gonna be you're not gonna be able to just tell them to do something and they not question it. And I feel like the other part that really stands out to me in this dream is the fact that Obama was on a set course. He was doing exactly what he knew to do, but he did not expect for the younger generation to interrupt everything that he was prepared for in that moment. He was caught off guard. And so the thing that we have to always go back to is God is in control. If Obama had it his way, we would have had the chips back in 2013, because it was written and outlined for that to become mandatory for everyone to receive a RFID chip inserted into their right hand on, I believe it was in March of 2013. That didn't go through because they needed more time. And then they revised the Obamacare bill, and instead of it being 2013, it was going to be mandatory. They moved it to 2017, and it still didn't happen. So what I'm saying to you all is, yes, we're supposed to pay attention to all the things that are taking place. Yes, we are to make sure that we're watching and we're keeping our eyes, focused on Jesus. But God is in control, and we are on God's time. And whatever is in God's plan, that's what's going to take place. It don't matter how much, they're trying to usher in this new world order, and they're trying to usher in the mark of the beast. It doesn't matter how bad they're pushing against, that to happen. It can't happen until God says it's time. Because at the end of the day, Satan is not in control. God is in control. Yes, there will be a time when Satan will finally have free reins, and he will be able to finally have his kingdom in full effect here on the earth. But that's not going to happen until God says it's time. We are living in the last days. That is true. We are definitely living in the last days. But we don't know how much we're going to see before the rapture takes place. I would love to be able to say the rapture is going to happen this year, but I can't say that because I don't know when the rapture is going to happen. I just know that I have to continue to occupy until he comes. And in me occupying until he comes, I have to continue to do what God is telling me to do. I have to continue to work on myself, make sure I'm continuing to be that light to others. I'm continuing to pour into my children and make sure they're ready. I'm still going to be a wife. I'm still going to be a mother. I'm still going to be a daughter. Like, I'm still going to do the work that God is calling me into. And I just don't want us to lose focus on that. I know it's hard when we're constantly seeing the end time news just being, right there in our face. Like, oh my gosh, like it never fails how much we're seeing that mirrors Bible prophecy. But that's just another testament of how close we are. I'm not sure if this dream was regarding the upcoming election. But what I can say to you guys is the governance that has been over this nation has been a bad government. There has been deceit. There has been corruption at every turn. And more information is being revealed even as I speak. The fact that I heard the word governance after I saw the joining of hands, the celebration, the victory that was demonstrated in this dream makes me believe that this was indeed a good governance that was going to involve the younger generation. That some kind of way the younger generation was going to be the ones who was going to play a major part, a major role in the good governance being established over this nation. So I just wanted to come on here and share that with you all. Take it to the Lord in prayer. And if the Lord give me anything else, I will definitely let you guys know. I love you all. God bless you all. And Lord willing, I will see you all in the next one. Take care.